Good afternoon, wonderful friends. Welcome once again. Good afternoon. Today we are talking about the do's and don'ts in relationships. Now, in the beginning, God created male and female, and marriage between the two, male and female. Ask yourself this quick question. What does marriage really look like? What is marriage really like? What is it like to be married? What is dating or courtship like? What does it mean to be committed to one person for life? All of these can be answered in the Bible, but first let's answer the question. First, let's answer the question: what is allowed and what is not allowed in marriage or in any relationship with the opposite gender. We're told in Hebrews 13, let marriage be held in honor among all, and let the marriage bed be undefiled, for God will judge sexually immoral and adulterous. That's in Hebrews 13:4. Marriage being undefiled, what does that exactly mean? That being sex within marriage is supposed to only be between the husband and wife and not with anyone else outside of the marriage union. Of course, that's just one meaning. There are other ways that the marriage bed can be defiled. One is fornication, which is, of course, having sex with someone you're not married to, even if you are in a relationship or engaged to them. Sex, if you're just dating, so to speak, and not married, or if you're just engaged or just dating, then having sex with someone you just engaged to or just in a relationship with or dating is also defiling the marriage bed. And once again, that's against God as well, because that's considered fornication to have sex with somebody you're not married with or not married to, even if you are already in a relationship or dating or engaged. Sex is only to be done in marriage only, and marriage only, not just in a dating relationship or courtship or just engagement. Another way is adultery. Another way the marriage bed can be defiled is adultery, which is when one steps out on the other to marry or have sex with someone else who is not their spouse or they're married to. Who's not their spouse or the one that the person they're married to. Now, back in the Old Testament, adultery was punishable by death. And Jesus reconfirmed it as a great sin in the New Testament. Another way is prostitution. We're told in Proverbs 7:10, and behold, there met him a woman with attire of an harlot, and such a heart that just prostitution. There are other verses after this that actually talks about the dangers of being seduced by a prostitute, a harlot, in this case, or a prostitute. That's the dangers of being, one of the dangers of being seduced by a harlot. And of course, another way to defile is pornography. Now, anything, books, pictures, videos, sexting, sex toys, or anything of the kind can also defile the marriage bed. Is also considered fornication in some form or another. Porn brings other people into the marriage through the eyes. Once again, Jesus said if anyone looks upon a person to lust after them, commits adultery in his heart. Jesus said that in Matthew 5:28. Look at someone lustfully, you commit adultery with them in your heart already. So even if you look at porn or look at those pictures, those naughty pictures of books or videos, whatever you are bringing those people or those spirits, demons, into your house. They're coming into your house, basically. Even though they're not physically there, you bring them in there. You bring that spirit into your house, into your marriage, which of course is considered, lusting, fornication, in the eyes of God. So once again, the sexual union is to be between only the husband and wife only, without using any extra sexual things like sex toys and stuff like that, because that's considered like defilement as well. So if you're thinking about spicing things up in the bedroom, make sure it doesn't include anything the Bible condemns. If you want to spice up things in the bedroom, so to speak, spice it up. Make sure it doesn't include anything the Bible condemns. Marriage is a serious thing in God's eye. It's serious. Marriage is a serious step, and it's a very serious commitment in God's eye, and it's to be taken very serious. If you choose to court someone, make sure nothing happens before marriage, nothing sexual happens before marriage. If you're going to choose to court someone, if you choose to marry, make sure that it is the right person. If you're going to choose to marry someone, make sure it's the right person that will have your best interests in mind. Because once you make that vow and commitment inside that covenant, you are with them for life. That commitment and that covenant and that vow you made to become one with that person, that's for life. It's for life until death do you part. So it's for life. And they can't divorce them or put them away unless they, accept fornication or accept for adult. One steps out on the other, of course. That's grounds for divorcement, unless you can work things out. And the husband has to, of course, the job of the husband is to take care of and provide for, and protect the wife and children, family. Because he is the head of the house. So his job is to protect the family, the union, the whole union, all together. He is the head. He's pretty much the king of the household. He's the head. And the wife must support and follow the husband's lead and take care of the children. That's our ideal relationship. Once again, a relationship with the opposite gender is not always about marriage and courtship. A man and a woman can be best friends and or have a brother-sister kind of relationship. Even in marriage, sometimes either person can be just a best friend or a brother or sister who will encourage them and uplift them when the other person is down or feeling down. Of course, marriage has its challenges because it is a lot of work and commitment involved. It's a lot of work in marriage. A lot of work is with or without kids. That's with or without kids, without children. It's still work. It's still hard. Even if it's just them without kids. Because there's still a lot of work and a lot of commitment involved. There's a lot of emotional commitment, everything, spiritual commitment, everything. Everything is deeper. It's way deep. It's way deep. But however, being single has way less challenges. Singleness, however, has way less challenges because there are more privileges than being single. Of course, in singleness, there are a lot more privileges than being single. But once again, if you choose to marry, make sure it's out of love and not lust. Because eventually, both people, or both of you, both of your bodies will wear out, and certain parts may not work as well, if at all, anymore. Not to mention you will age and get old and wrinkly. So marry for love and not for looks, not for lust or anything else, and keep the marriage bed pure and undefiled if you want to marry, because that's a serious step, serious relationship. And else God should take it serious once again. So, and it's supposed to be based on love and not anything else. Nothing else. And of course, the marriage is supposed to be where Christ is the head, of course, of the marriage. So both people are supposed to keep God first. So God is the head of the marriage, and then the husband is the head of the wife, and the wife is to support and help. So as it was in the beginning. So I hope this helps. Just information, just once again put out there. It's serious. So if you want to spice things up, make sure there's no use of porn or sex toys or anything like that. If you want to spice things up in the bedroom, so to speak, sex is supposed to just be simple anyway. Sex is only for the purpose of procreation to begin with. So sex is created for the reason and purpose of procreation. So if you want to spice things up, you just it's okay to spice things up and just make sure that it's nothing that's going to defile or be big against God. Nothing that's going to go against God or defile the marriage in any way, shape, or fashion. So, like our page on Facebook, our page is Extraordinary Life. Like in on Facebook, and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to our channel as well, Extraordinary Life channel, or you can go on Facebook and like our page, Extraordinary Life. So I hope you all have a wonderful day once again, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Thank you. God bless.